Hi, Glenda back from Top Notch Legal, and today I want to talk once again about the topic of putting a cap on your liability. But note, I'm talking about B2B contracts, not consumer contracts. And you might ask, why on earth do I need to put a cap on my liability? Why can't I just get rid of it altogether in my contracts? There's a good reason for this. The courts take the view that if you have a clause in your contracts which exempts you from all liability, you take away the benefit of the other party to the contract. Why on earth should you provide a good product or a good service if there are no consequences if you provide something that's substandard or you provide it late? So the courts will bend over backwards to make such a clause void. And if it does this, then you're left being totally exposed altogether. So the good idea is to have a cap. Now, if you do have a cap on liability, it's got to have some relationship to your contract. And there are various ways you can do this. I would say if you just put a cap of 20 or 50 bucks on your contract, it's most likely that the courts would treat this as a joke and also would make such a clause void. So as I say, it's got to bear some relationship to the contract, and it could be a simple thing of just saying, we limit our liability to so many thousands of dollars or a percentage of the contract value. Remember, it's got to be a reasonably fair percentage. But you can be flexible about it. You could have some sort of formula to set the cap on the liability. But remember to have a cap. And if you need help with setting a cap, of course, we would love to hear from you. And whilst you have a cap on certain types of liability, you also need to exempt all your consequential loss. That's a topic for another time. But remember, in the meantime, take a look at those contracts of yours. Do you have a clause in which it purports to exempt all your liability? It's possible you do, because I still see them quite a lot. And if you do, reach out to us. We'll love to help you and get this sorted. Glenda from Top Notch Legal.